In the grand tapestry of international trade relations, a significant thread has recently been realigned. For 3 long years, Australian vintners faced a harsh reality. Their wines, once celebrated in the world's most populous nation, China, were subjected to punitive tariffs that saw the once thriving industry take a severe hit. It all began in 2020 amidst diplomatic tensions. Beijing, in a move that sent ripples across the wine world, imposed tariffs as steep as 218% on Australian wine exports. This was part of a broader set of trade curbs that China introduced during a diplomatic feud over Australia's support for a COVID-19 origins inquiry. The impact was immediate and severe, causing a staggering 97% drop in sales to China in 2021. Australian wines, which once held a competitive advantage in the Chinese market due to a free trade agreement, found themselves in a precarious position. The revenue losses were significant, and the Australian wine industry was left grappling with the fallout. But as the saying goes, every cloud has a silver lining. The Australian winemakers, resilient as they are, began diversifying their export footprint, aiming to reduce their reliance on any single market. Fast forward to now, the winds of change are blowing once again. In a move signaling a thaw in China-Australia relations, China has announced the lifting of these punitive tariffs on Australian wines. This decision has been warmly welcomed by Australian winemakers who are keen to re-enter the Chinese market. This positive development is not just about wine, it's also about the bigger picture of international relations. The removal of these tariffs reflects efforts to stabilize economic ties between China and Australia, following diplomatic engagements and high-level visits. To summarize, the 3-year trade dispute that saw Australian wine exports to China plummet due to steep tariffs has now been resolved. The removal of these tariffs marks a significant step towards normalizing China-Australia relations and offers a beacon of hope for Australian winemakers. So, as the Australian vineyards prepare for a renewed relationship with their largest market, one can almost hear the clinking of wine glasses echoing across the Pacific. Here's to new beginnings and the rich, robust future of Australian wines in China.